Sure.
So I'm a historian, and you know that, and I know what Putin's game is. It's obvious what he's done in Georgia, Belarus. He wants to restore the Soviet Union, and he's willing to kill hundreds of thousands of people to do it. There is only one force on earth that can stop this man. That's the United States, and we have NATO help. Okay, so I am a person who says you got to stop Putin in Ukraine, and that means you got to arm the Ukrainians, and you have to give them humanitarian aid. Am I wrong?
Well, here's where I disagree on some of where you're at, Bill. Is I don't think that we can arm Ukraine indefinitely, because I think that what it has ultimately done is, one, it's subsidized the Europeans and allowed them to not take responsibility. And it also, there's no real end in sight to our present Ukraine policy. So let me sort of start where we do agree. I don't think that Russia should have invaded Ukraine. And we have to give some due credit here to our good friend, the former president, where everybody accused him of being in bed with Vladimir Putin. But when Donald Trump was president, Vladimir Putin didn't invade his neighbors. He did, of course, during the administration of Obama, the administration of Kamala Harris, and the administration even of George W. Bush, of course, a fellow Republican. So let's give some credit. I don't think Vladimir Putin would have invaded Ukraine if Donald Trump had been president and had some deterrence established.
I agree with that assessment.
Not saying you disagree.
There's some magic between Putin and Trump that I've asked Trump 15 times what it is. He won't tell me. But
I think it's that he's tough, but I also think that Donald Trump is smart. When he engages with people, Bill, he actually talks to them and engages in real diplomacy. But let's go back to, like, what do we do now? Okay, so we're in the situation now. What do we do now? Okay, so here, every European country says that they're going to spend at least 2% of GDP on defense. Most of them haven't actually honored that commitment. So what needs to happen, in my view, is that NATO, Europe, needs to focus on Russia and Ukraine so that America can pivot to the real challenge for us, which is China. And I don't think, Bill, unfortunately, that we have the manufacturing capacity because we shipped our industrial base overseas. We don't make enough artillery shells. We don't make enough Patriot interceptors to support the war in Ukraine indefinitely. So we have to ask ourselves, where can we focus? Where do we have to focus? And my view is, let's focus on China and let's force the Europeans to carry more of their share.
I hope you guys will rethink this thing. Trump knows he can't say publicly what he's going to do. But I think this is really vital, because this Putin, he's really a mentally unbalanced man, in my opinion. You cannot let him win there. But I'm confident if Trump got in, there would be some détente there. Last question for you. And
I hear you, Bill, and I understand. Just one final point on that, if I might.
Sure.
I think certainly Russia's in a world of hurt. I also think Ukraine is in a world of hurt. And again, we have to ask ourselves, can this go on indefinitely? I don't like the Biden administration approach of basically saying, we're just going to keep on doing this thing however long it takes with no strategy, no end in sight. I think Donald Trump actually does have a plan to bring about an end to the conflict. Of course, you're exactly right.
He's not going to telegraph it. Right. Okay.
Yeah, he's not going to telegraph it. But I think that Donald Trump is actually the president of peace and stability in the world. We're going to see that when we reelect him president.
Hopefully. Everything is expensive these days. You know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.